All right. Well, welcome to another Faith Horizons podcast. Welcome back, John.
Thank you.
This
Glad
guy,
to be here.
This guy. Thank you. So John actually reached out to Travis Ham with Collegiate Impact, and just thank you for doing that, John. And
No problem. I love what I do.
yeah, that's really cool. So anyway, but Travis Ham, he and I already know each other somewhat because we go to the same church together. That might not always be the case, but today we currently do. So we already have a relationship together is what I'm trying to say. We already know each other.
Yeah.
And anyway, so glad to have you. And so you Collegiate Impact. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, anyway, but just tell us a little bit about Collegiate Impact. What is Collegiate Impact?
Yeah, so quite simply, Collegiate Impact is a network ministry. It's a network of campus ministries and local churches that are working together in order to bring the hope and peace of Jesus to college students here in Kansas City.
That's so cool. All right.
Yeah.
So how long ago did you start this? When did you start to catch the fire? You can tell the long story or a short story on that one.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll try to make a long story short, but collegiate ministry impacted my life significantly. I went to Northwest Missouri State University and was involved in a college ministry there.
My sister went to Northwest Missouri State for a
Yeah,
while,
all
and one of my nieces was there for a little while too.
That's so cool.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then when I used to be on KCXL in Liberty, we broadcast, and they may still be doing this for all I know. They broadcasted Bearcat football.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah, being involved in the college ministry there, God really just kind of used it to open my eyes to just the opportunity there is to minister, come alongside college students and introduce them to Jesus and help them grow in a relationship with Jesus. And so after I graduated from college, I was just really praying God would open doors for me to do collegiate ministry here in Kansas City, which is where I'm originally from.
Wow.
And through a weird series of events, I got connected with a small group of individuals who were getting ready to start a new ministry at UMKC called Impact.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And so this was 2007. They invited me to be a part of this new ministry of Impact. And so I did that for 10 years. It's where I met my wife, Brittany.
Oh, so cool. Yeah.
And so, I mean, basically we were ministering on the campus. By God's grace, we were seeing students come to know Jesus, grow in their relationship with Jesus, recognize that God has them on their campus for more than just getting an education, but rather to represent Jesus to the students on the campus. And God was doing great things in those 10 years of being there. And then God just began expanding my vision, my wife's vision, beyond UMKC. We just really began recognizing that here in Kansas City, we have a lot of college campuses, but there's not ministries like Impact on those campuses.
You had said something even before in our interview that, that some of these not 4-year schools, more of the those 2-year schools.
2-year community colleges. Yeah, 2-year community colleges, 4-year private schools that we have in Kansas City. And, whereas at UMKC, you have at least a handful of different ministries.
Okay, yeah.
Some of these other campuses in Kansas City, there's no ministry present. Yeah. And so we just began dreaming about what would it look like for us to see a ministry like what we're doing at UMKC, be expanded to other campuses in the area as well. So Collegiate Impact formed.
So when was that date? When did that actually happen?
So 2018 is really when we were starting to take steps to start Collegiate Impact, and then 2020 is when we officially became a
nonprofit. So it's still kind of a young organization.
Yeah.
5 years is young. So,
it is.
But yeah, I see you because you office here at the church. But I see you walking down the hall, and I see multiple. I see the campus. The people that you bring in, like you get 20, 25, 30 different staff members, interns, whatever you want to call them. I mean, I know that they might not all be paid staff, but they're all just helping, and so it's been growing since I've been here.
It's been cool to see what God's doing. We recognize that if we were going to reach the 75,000 plus college students in the Kansas City area, it was going to take more than me. It's going to take more than my wife and I.
Right.
So our prayer from the beginning has been Matthew chapter 9, 36 through 38. Jesus sees the crowds. He has compassion for them because they're harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd, which I remember reading that verse and being like, that's our college campuses.
Wow.
He looks at his disciples. He says, guys, the harvest is plentiful, but you know what the problem is? We don't have enough laborers.
We don't have enough workers.
The laborers are few.
Yeah.
So pray earnestly to the Lord of the harvest to raise up laborers for the harvest.
And there's a song about that.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah. So that's been our prayer from the
that's so
beginning.
cool.
God, would you raise up gospel laborers so that we can truly reach these students here in Kansas City? And He's been answering that prayer, and we've been able to expand.
And this is a network of campus ministries and churches working together to bring the hope and peace of Jesus to Kansas City area students.
Yeah.
The mission is to equip and empower kingdom leaders to effectively reach and disciple college students until every campus in Kansas City is saturated with the gospel.
Yeah.
You have 3 metropolitan community college campus ministries, one at Johnson County Community College, one at Spurgeon College, one at UMKC, and one at Park College.
Yeah. So you currently have 7 campuses, just like John had listed off. How many campuses are there actually in Kansas City, though?
So I mean, on our radar, we have 16 campuses.
Okay, so that's just in the Kansas City local
just
area.
in the greater Kansas City area.
And no, I know that, you had talked about that you have 7, and one of them actually, or is it 7 in Kansas City and now 1 in St. Louis?
In St. Louis, yeah.
Okay, so they're starting to do that little. They're jumping from one petri dish to another.
Yeah.
So the gospel is viral. It's moving from here to here.
Are you guys at Maple Woods or William Jewell?
So Maple Woods is one of the MCC schools.
Oh, cool, yeah.
That we're
That's
at.
that's up in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Not at William Jewell. Lord willing, we'd love to see something.
Well, one of the guys in my church, I don't know if he still is or if he's retired now, taught music at William Jewell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I think I've been on campus on there one time.
When I worked for a company called Laser Supercharge years ago, selling toner cartridges, we had several of the buildings there at William Jewell that we sold toner cartridges to. So I made a lot of pickups and deliveries from there.
So like just getting into like some of the weeds. So what does a college ministry do? Like how does it, like what are some of the day-to-day things that the people who are on campus do?
Yeah.
And then what are the things that you do to support them?
Yeah. Good question. Yeah. So we have kind of some common activities that we're doing from campus to campus. One thing that you'll often see our staff and student leaders doing is we'll do what we call tabling. So we'll set up a table kind of on a main part of the campus where a lot of students are walking to and from class. And we'll set up a marker board, and we'll do what we call question of the week. So we'll put some question on the marker board. Where do you go to for peace? What's one word to describe social media? Some kind of question that will help generate conversation. We invite students, hey, write your answer on the marker board, and then we engage in conversation with them.
Oh, wow.
It's really kind of our entry point into relationship. We're trying to just have good civil discussion with them and build trust and then share, hey, here's why we're here. We want to be able to come alongside and care for students. So that's one activity that we do. As we connect with students, we'll grab coffee with them or lunch with them and get to know what's kind of your journey of faith. And we want to get to know your story. We'll share a little bit about our own story and invite them to be a part of our ministry. So we grab coffee, lunch. We eat a lot of food with college students because college students love food.
Makes sense.
So we'll do that, and then we'll do Bible studies on the campus. So staff, student leaders will go through a book of the Bible and invite students that are interested in exploring Christianity and the Bible to join us. So we'll do those Bible studies. We have a lot of one-on-one type of discipling relationships.
That's great.
With students. And then we have, for those students that want to really kind of step up and take a leadership role, we call our student leaders core team.
Okay, so core team.
On a regular basis, our student leaders get together for core team meetings to kind of assess how things are going and map out plans for the ministry.
So do you guys gather like at a specific location all together? Because I think the whole thing every once in a while here, but then you're talking about core teams on campus too, specifically.
Yeah,
right?
so there's both kind of like a local campus activities.
Like franchise type of thing, yeah.
Right, similar, yeah. And then, but then we do have strategic opportunities to gather all of us together.
Okay.
So what you're referencing is, before a school semester, semester starts,
Okay.
we'll get all of our staff and student leaders and key volunteers together.
Yeah, that makes
To
sense.
just kind of prepare for the upcoming.
Get some good
school year.
synergy there,
Exactly.
you know.
Yep. Yeah.
Rev the engine, you know.
Because again, we're a network, right?
Yeah,
So all the individual
Yeah.
ministries work collectively together.
Oh, that's so good.
within
Yeah.
the city.
So then, so the core team, like, you know, because I noticed online when I went online,
Yeah.
it said that there was ability like for apprenticeship or interns, and so it says contact us, but those are just a couple of the things like some of the students can participate in, though, right?
Yeah, those are like our on ramps to joining us on staff. And so we've seen some students that they graduate, they similar to me, like they had a great experience being a part of this ministry, and they're starting to consider, hey, maybe God's leading me to do this vocationally. And so, so we have those internship, opportunities, or an apprenticeship is kind of a 2-year track that we walk with individuals through to help them kind of identify as collegiate ministry what I want to be doing vocationally.
Oh, wow.
And currently our staff team, we have a few of them that are working through that apprenticeship program right now.
So, I mean, like on the paid staff side of things, like you have paid staff in the schools too then? Or is that true? Or is it only mainly at the main corporate, basically the main offices right now?
Yeah, no. So, I mean, we definitely have staff for each of our campuses that we're ministering on, Collegiate Impact staff. So, we send them out. They have kind of a campus that they're responsible for.
Yeah.
And then our staff weekly gathers together to just kind of encourage one another and train.
So I've seen you, heading out with these billboards or something like that. Yeah. What is that all
about? Those are the marker boards.
Those are the marker boards. Okay.
No, that's true. Nathan, you're constantly like, hey, what are you carrying around today?
I'm just like, well, these are the things that we do to engage the population. When you're carrying around a big marker board, what's that guy doing? It's just such a cool thing.
Right. So we're very much a mobile ministry.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So we're setting up tables. So we gotta take the tables with us and the marker boards, and we're coming to the campus. So we're very much a missionary mindset, that we're not expecting students to come to us. We're actually going to where the students are.
That's so cool. Yeah. And then I read through, I just kind of took some notes on the fly here from your website, and one of them was, so just to get back, the college camping is increasingly hostile towards Christianity, which is true. It's just because they have their own agenda, and sometimes the Christian agenda does not align with the campus. And then over 70%, and I already knew this, I didn't know what the percentage was. 70% of active church-going youth stop attending church for at least a year during college. So this is a key, and then it mentions that on your this is on your website. Yeah. It mentions it on your website that it's basically some of the life's major decisions are made, and part of those decisions might be whether or not they're going to continue attending church.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely.
Hey, there you go, guys. Let's just keep them in or get them out. So, but yeah, it's really they said that if you lose, and I don't know the specific statistic here, but if you lose a person after college, they're like 70% less likely to return. Yeah, it's so sad. Like,
it
that's
is.
It,
and again, just like what you referenced. Go back to that time in your life. Yeah, you're making some of the most significant decisions in your life, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's your career going to be? Where are you going to live?
Mm-hmm.
Who you're going to spend your life with? Like
right.
those types of decisions. So it's tragic to know that even students who have grown up in church environments, and they make that transition to college, a large percentage of them are disconnected with any sort of Christian community while they're making some of those significant decisions.
Yeah, that's insane, right?
So it's super strategic for us to have a ministry presence on these campuses, to be able to come alongside these students who are making these significant decisions, and help them make those decisions as followers of Jesus.
Yeah. And so then also this is moving water. So like they're coming and going. Yes. So you got new people coming and going. So it's always like a new crowd. It's not like you're building a church with the same students the next year, because the same students might be moved on. to another thing.
Yeah,
So
so that's why every minute that we get with a college student
Yeah.
has to be intentional,
Oh,
because
wow.
we know that we have a limited amount of time with them, right? And
Yeah.
we're trying to quickly connect with them, introduce them to Jesus, help them grow in a relationship with Jesus. And a key aspect of our ministry is we recognize they're not going to be on the college campus forever. And
Right.
many of our students here in Kansas City, when they graduate, nearly half of the students that graduate, they'll get their first jobs in Kansas
Oh,
City.
wow, yeah.
That makes it unique from other college towns. Like
Oh, wow,
at
that's
Northwest
crazy.
Missouri State up in Maryville, you graduate, you don't stay in Maryville, right?
There's probably not enough job there for you,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. So because of that reality, as well as just the value that we have for students to be
Yeah.
plugged into local churches, like we really lean on relationships and partnerships with local churches, so that even though a
Right.
college student graduates from our ministry, they're still
Yeah.
connected into their local church and still growing as a follower of Jesus there.
Well, there's also an opportunity for local businesses to get invested in that too, because
Sure.
you're actually discipling their next job,
Yeah.
their next workforce.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if
Well-
they're staying local, I mean, they might as well, so if you're a local business, you want to start supporting this ministry
Yeah.
so that, we can steer, Christianity into the lives of our next employees. That's a good thing,
That's
so.
absolutely right.
Well, and I think what you're doing is also based on your website, you have the Missouri Collegiate Survey.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to read these statistics because they're disturbing.
Yeah.
And this is why you guys do what you do.
Exactly.
Okay. So 55%, and these are speaking of college students,
Yep.
55% experienced depression in the last year.
Yep.
70% experienced anxiety in the last year.
Yeah.
31% experienced non-consensual, experienced an abusive relationship in their lifetime.
Yep.
24% experienced non-consensual sexual contact in their lifetime. 25% contemplated suicide
Yep.
in the last year.
Yep.
22.1% attempted suicide in the last year.
2.1%.
Those are disturbing
Is
statistics.
it
Yeah.
2.1%,
2.1%?
2.1%,
yeah.
2.1, okay.
So yeah,
But that's
roughly one
why-
out of every 50 college students in Missouri
Yeah.
Oh
will
my
attempt
God.
Yeah.
suicide.
And that's why a ministry like Collegiate Impact is so important.
Yeah,
Because you've got a short window
Yep.
to be able to reach these students.
Yep.
And possibly bring them out of a very devastating
Yep.
life situation into that relationship with Christ.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
disciple them and prepare them for their next steps in life.
Absolutely, John. Yeah, very, very important. Yeah, and that was a shift, honestly, in my story. That was a shift that took place because it wasn't hard for me to see collegiate ministry as strategic because students are making significant decisions. But God really put a college freshman at UMKC in my life to help me see, hey, this isn't just a strategic ministry. It's because of what you just listed. It's a
Right.
necessary ministry. He put this young man in my life who was experiencing real anxiety because of a broken home that he was coming from.
Wow.
And some challenges that he was experiencing there. And I referenced earlier that passage in Matthew chapter 9 when Jesus says when he has compassion on the crowds because they're harassed and helpless. He used this young man's life as well as these statistics to kind of open my eyes. Like today's college student, is struggling. Like they're
Wow.
really struggling how to navigate for them what is an increasingly scary world. And so because of that, anxiety is high, depression is high, suicide is high. And so that's why our mission, like I said earlier, it's bringing the hope and peace of Jesus to students because they desperately need hope and peace.
So my next question would be, does Collegiate Impact have a strategic plan for maybe expanding across the state of Missouri for beginners and then into other states eventually?
Great question. Only the Lord knows, but certainly just Kansas City alone, I mentioned the 75,000 plus students, that's a God-sized vision just in and of itself.
Yeah.
And yet, as we've begun expanding to multiple campuses and really seeing things take off, we have begun asking the question, hey, why couldn't God take Collegiate Impact and the principles here and transfer it to other metro contexts around the country as well?
Yeah, this is national. I mean, especially because you've already got St. Louis, but you have to always have, what do you call it, the prototype. This is the prototype. So you guys are currently working, and you've been working in your prototype. So you've got 7 of 16. That's almost half.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can only go so much further in Kansas City before
Sure.
you have all of them, and then you go to the next one, so.
And what stories come to mind for you, Travis, when it comes to Collegiate Impact or the Impact ministry you were involved in before? What maybe a few stories you can share? What in specific instances of a difference you've seen it make in a particular student's life?
Oh man, I mean, we have one of our staff members. She was a college student at Longview, and God used collegiate ministry. It wasn't ours, but a ministry that we were connected with to really change her life. And she put her trust in Jesus. She was in a spot, and she'd tell her story. She was in a spot where she was just really struggling with a lot of anxiety. At that time. And just seriously contemplating like what the future of her life was going to look like.
Yeah.
But then Jesus changed her life through a campus ministry. She's grown tremendously and got connected into our ministry kind of in her last year at college. We invited her to be on staff. And so she's now on staff with us. She went through our 2-year apprenticeship program. She's now a campus missionary with us working at Park University. And God's used her story, her passion for Jesus, to minister to other female students at Park University, one of whom last spring gave her life to Christ.
That's so good. All right. Well, we're going to start winding down because I like to try to keep these things short. Anyway, so can you just tell us, so what is the website that they can look at if they want to learn more about what you guys are doing? Do you guys have YouTube channels, or you guys do any of that, Instagram, stuff like that?
Yep. CollegiateImpact.org is our website.
Great.
Yep. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. And then we do have a YouTube channel.
That's great.
Some helpful testimony videos and training videos.
That's so great. Yeah. Everything is always trying to grow. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today, Travis, and thank you for your time with us today.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
God bless.